from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, October 2nd, 2015. I'm Paula Degnan in for Ann Gownley. Hazleton police responded to a report of a robbery near the intersection of 2nd and Peace Streets around 5:30 Wednesday. A 15-year-old male claimed a dark-skinned male approached him on a bicycle with no seat, holding a closed pocket knife, and proceeded to take his cell phone before leaving the area and traveling west on 2nd Street. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Hazleton City Police Department at 570-459-4940. It was just after 11 o'clock last night that shots rang out in Berwick. According to police, they were dispatched to the 1600 block of Franklin Street for a complaint of shots fired at a home. No further information was released by police. They're still investigating. Anyone with information on this incident is asked to call 911. Anonymous tips may also be provided to Berwick Police by emailing them at tips@berwick-pa.com. A man wanted by police for a shooting at Sherman Hills apartment complex in Wilkes-Barre back in March has been arrested by the U.S. Marshals Service Fugitive Task Force in Georgia. 28-year-old DeAndre Bess, formerly of Athens, Georgia, was taken into custody Wednesday afternoon without incident. Bess was wanted by police in connection with a March 23rd shooting that seriously injured another person. A warrant was issued for his arrest April 22nd, charging him with aggravated assault, attempted homicide, illegal possession of a firearm, and related counts. Authorities are investigating a death at Carbon County Prison. A male inmate was found dead there early Thursday, according to Warden Thomas Fritz. It's believed he died sometime between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. The incident is still under investigation, but Warden Timothy Fritz says the manner of death appears to be suicide. If confirmed, it would be the second suicide at the prison this year. In April, 27-year-old Travis Schoenberger committed suicide by hanging himself in his cell. The lack of a state budget is starting to be felt, and state agencies are now looking at cutbacks. The Wolf administration issued a hiring freeze, travel ban, and purchasing restrictions. The hiring freeze applied to salary and wage positions and allows for employment offers made as of Thursday to still be honored. Jobs that have been posted and reach the interview stage can still be filled if the position is considered absolutely critical. Under the travel ban, agencies are prohibited from incurring in-state and out-of-state travel costs unless it's considered critical, is funded by third parties, or results in additional cost if canceled. The purchasing ban covers all discretionary spending. The legislature and the governor have met a few times this week, but are no closer to a budget. Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis has released the results of the investigation into the campaign finance reporting of Wilkes-Barre mayoral candidate Anthony George. The district attorney's office began the investigation into alleged discrepancies in the campaign finance reporting in the race for mayor. The investigation was a referral to the DA's office from Michael Butera Esquire, solicitor for the Luzerne County Bureau of Elections. As a result of the investigation, George did not have any criminal intent to disguise contributions or expenditures in his campaign reporting. Luzerne County DA Stephanie Salavantis also responding today to comments made yesterday by Wilkes-Barre mayoral candidate Frank Sorick and her opponent, attorney Vito DeLuca. The two accused her of using public records for political purposes. They claim that she pulled confidential files related to an animal cruelty case in 2003 in which DeLuca was there a defense attorney. Salavandis responded, quote, "In our office, we often pull old case files as a reference, especially in cases that are not as common, such as animal cruelty." She goes on to say that the fact is, "I never reviewed the file in question and still have not to this day." She says this is yet another attempt by my opponent to divert attention away from his record of defending those who victimize our communities. "I'm going to continue to base my campaign on facts and talk about the success that we have had during the last 4 years of fighting crime and protecting the safety and well-being of hardworking families of Luzerne County," end quote. She was hit with another perjury charge yesterday. Now, Attorney General Kathleen Kane has struck back at a sitting state Supreme Court justice. Kane alleges Justice J. Michael Eakin has sent and received racial and pornographic other things on the state computers. One of those emails, Kane alleges, contained a joke about a woman who was beaten by her husband, and the punchline is that she should just shut up. No comment yet from Eakin. Kane has charges that those behind what she calls the pornographic emails have conspired to bring her career down. Her attorneys tried to introduce that charge as evidence during her preliminary hearing. The district judge ruled it inadmissible and irrelevant to the case against her. This coming Sunday is the last day of operations for the Leggett & Platt plant in the Delano Industrial Park. It's the former Sealy mattress plant built in 1969. L&P bought it in 2014. It's closing because of a business consolidation. 61 employees will be out of work come Monday morning. They were given severance. 52 of them are members of the International Chemical Workers and Union Council of the Unified Food and Commercial Workers. The building is for sale. Frank Zukas, president of the Schuylkill Economic Development Corporation, known as SEDCO, said it will look for a tenant and may get ownership, either through buying it or having it donated. A new organ was delivered to a Roman Catholic church in Luzerne County yesterday, and this one has a special story behind it. This organ that's been placed at Saints Peter and Paul Church in Plains Township was just played in Philadelphia during Pope Francis's recent visit to the United States. Father Jack Lambert said he and the congregation are extremely excited that the same sounds heard at Mass led by Pope Francis will be heard in their church. Father Lambert is expecting a packed house this weekend as the organ will be put to work during Mass for the first time. This weekend is the 9th annual Pause for a Cause for Autism Walk. The event is in memory of Dr. Jim Hysong. The event will take place this Sunday, October 4th at Whitetail Preserve in Black Creek Township. Registration begins at 12:30. It's $15 per dog, payable to Pause for a Cause for Autism. All animals in attendance will also be blessed during a special ceremony. The Canine for a Cure walk and the Family Walk will take place at 1:30. All proceeds from the event will help in purchasing a service dog for an autistic child in our area. Once again, the 9th annual Pause for a Cause for Autism takes place this Sunday, October 4th at Whitetail Preserve. WYLN proud to announce a special WYLN Reports that will be hitting the air beginning this Wednesday, October 7th at 7 p.m. This very special half-hour report will feature His Excellency Bishop Joseph Bambara, Bishop of the Scranton Diocese. WYLN's The Storm host, Tiffany Cloud, sat down with Bishop Bambara and spoke with him on his annual appeal and his visit with the Holy Father when he visited the United States last week. His Excellency had the opportunity to personally meet with Pope Francis. During this half-hour show, we'll hear what he learned and what he saw while on his journey. The dates and times for this WYLN special report are up on your screen now, so make sure you set your DVRs. Now it's time for a first look at a soggy forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Yeah, soggy is the word to explain our weather that we've been having, and we still have some soggy wet weather to contend with even as we progress through tomorrow. Again, traveling as we head into this evening, watch out for some of the rain, and we're going to have to deal with that as we head through the overnight hours. And again, for those high school football games tonight, bundle up. We got 40s and 50s to deal with. We also have the rain to contend with. And look at these temperatures. Very cool indeed. 45 in New Angola, 50 in Berwick, 50 in Bloomsburg, 49 degrees in Danville. I'll talk about the complete weekend forecast coming up in just a few.
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, even though there were cloudy skies, it still was a very special day of caring in Hazleton. We'll get that story from Gary Perna. Joe will also be back with the full weekend forecast. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, Weather with Meteorologist Joe Garbacik, Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and Gabriella Justin.
There is something new to look for at your local SureSave supermarket. And quite frankly, when it comes to quality and price for your food, it's the best yet. The best yet means hundreds of items packaged at the peak of perfection and priced for the family budget. Look for the best yet label at your locally owned SureSave supermarket. When you see it, be assured of the great taste at a great price whenever you need it. From canned to fresh to frozen, for quality products at a better price, the best yet, now at your local SureSave supermarket.
The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce provides valuable information, services, and networking opportunities to their members, improving the business climate and quality of life in Greater Hazleton. Keep up with current Chamber events by liking them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, or their online calendar of events at hazletonchamber.org. Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, helping enhance the quality of life in the Greater Hazleton area. For more information, visit their website or contact their friendly staff at 570-455-1509.
Len and Jim Thorpe stopped by two businesses owned by the McBride family. 33 years ago, Tom and Betty McBride opened the Treasure Shop at 44 Broadway. The Treasure Shop specializes in Irish imports and gifts made in the USA, all at great prices. In 1991, their daughter Peggy purchased the shop, and Tom and Betty bought the Old Jail Museum. Learn about the Molly Maguires and see the mysterious handprint on the wall. The tours run every weekend in September and October, and in October there are special evening ghost tours. Be sure to stop by the Treasure Shop and the Old Jail Museum.
Today was a special day for some organizations in the Hazleton area. WYLN's Gary Perna explains.
Today, members of PPL's workforce lended a helping hand to nonprofit organizations in the Hazleton area during a special day of caring. We found some of the workforce at Community Services Foresight and at the United Way.
Today, they assisted us here at the United Way office in preparing our campaign materials and in the preparation of a special donor mailing, painting at Community Services Foresight in its new location downtown, an organization that provides vital services to people that are sight impaired and blind in this community. And I know that organization could not have done the paint job today like the United Way's Day of Caring volunteers from PP&L did. And also Meals on Wheels, another wonderful organization that provides nutritious meals on a daily basis to the homebound in our community. PPL folks were out delivering meals to them. And also today, because of the weather, the PPL folks could not do the Red Cross facility in Hazleton, but we're planning in the future to help them with some shrubbery cutting that agency so vitally needs.
President and CEO of the United Way, Pat Ward, said PPL always gives back to the community 110%.
PPL Utilities, electric utilities, great sponsors and friends of our United Way, are out and about in the community at United Way agencies. To have a couple of dozen people go down and paint your place in one day, that's a huge benefit. And once again, here at the United Way, this has enabled us to accomplish in a couple hours what would have taken 3 days for a small staff to accomplish. And the same with Meals on Wheels. They always need volunteers.
Ward reminds everyone to take a moment and give back to United Way, not only here, but wherever you may be.
Every United Way agency always is in need of good volunteer help. We do have hundreds of people that help us throughout the year, but days of today are very special, and PPL is there for everything that's important in the community, not only with the United Way, but with other organizations in the not-for-profit, the civic sector, and just about everything. They are there, and we're grateful.
For more information on the United Way of Greater Hazleton, you can call them at 570-455-9515. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Gary Perna.
Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
Someone parking in your space? At no cost to you, DeLuca Towing, located at 191 North Cedar Street in Hazleton, will patrol your parking spot 24/7. Again, at no cost to you. You'll also receive parking permits for you and other authorized vehicles at your property. Call DeLuca Towing and Recovery at 570-450-5685.
Are you tired of your old car? Independence Toyota Scion in the Airport Beltway in Hazleton has an incredible spring savings deal for you. It's Chris Stash's Cash for Clunkers time. $3,000 minimum pre-owned trade-in allowance. Chris doesn't care if you push that old clunker in, pull that tired old clunker in, get it there any way you can and trade it for a car you'll love to drive. Over 80 pre-owned vehicles are available, all inspected, detailed, and ready to go. Independence Toyota Scion in Hazleton for exceptional service, the best selection of vehicles, and a minimum trade-in allowance of $3,000 for your clunker. Stop in and see Chris and his friendly team today.
Penn State is right here in the Hazleton area.
We're top ranked by corporate recruiters.
We have 4-year degrees, so you can finish here or at another Penn State campus.
There's new scholarship money available.
And there's no application fee when you visit here.
Penn State Hazleton.
Download your application fee waiver at psu.edu/visit-hazleton.
Well, it is chilly across our area with temperatures being below where we should be for this time of year. It's going to be another chilly day as we head into tomorrow. Still a little bit of some light rain, sprinkles coming down now, but we're still not totally out of the woods in terms of rainfall yet. We still have some to contend with, and we even got a bit of a breeze going on. Here's a look at the graphic for today, and well, you'll be able to see for yourself that, you know, this unsettled weather continues to stay with us across northeastern and central Pennsylvania. And even as we go into tomorrow, looks like we're going to have to deal with some leftover showers across our neck of the woods. Here's a look at our live 35 Skycast Doppler. Have the rain falling across our area. There's been a couple of breaks here and there. And this is going to be pretty much the trend as we head through later tonight. Even some heavier, steadier rain continuing to develop across our area. Temperatures remaining in the 40s and 50s. That's about it. Can't do much higher than that. Even in the Wyoming Valley area, you can clearly see that temperatures are quite cool, even for this time of year, being below where we should be for this time of year. So the rain continues to creep up toward the northeast from the south. It's again along a boundary that basically is stalled along the eastern seaboard, ripples of energy coming up along it, giving us the precipitation. And as we progress through tomorrow morning, still a chance of some of that heavier, steadier rain, but then it starts to move out by the afternoon hours and just a few lingering showers left over. And Sunday not looking too bad. It should be dry, maybe a shower, kind of overcast, still very cool. Notice these numbers, very cool, below average over the next couple days, but indications are it's going to get a little bit warmer as we progress through next week. So some lingering rain as we head into tomorrow. The good news is we're not going to have to worry about any influence from the hurricane. Again, all the indications are it's going to continue to track too far away from our area. and from the East Coast. That, of course, is the good news. Some other good news is we're going to be dealing with a warming trend, a little bit of a warming trend as we start going into next week. Here's a look at the extended forecast and what we can expect. So we got the morning rain for tomorrow and then giving way to some afternoon showers. There's going to be some dry periods in between tomorrow afternoon and then maybe a leftover shower for Sunday. And then we get back up into the 60s as we go into next week. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the pick 276, the pick 3303, and the pick 44921. Pick 5 numbers 36505 and the treasure out numbers 247, 11, and 27. Stick around. We'll continue to have more for you coming up after these messages.
Your body was made to move fluidly and with ease. If the need for joint replacement surgery has stopped you in your tracks, it's time for a plan that can put you back in motion faster. The area's most experienced surgeons, the region's only nationally ranked program. That's Orthopedics in Action at Lehigh Valley Health Network.
Family owned and operated, the experienced professionals at Lehigh Tire have served the residents of the greater Hazleton area for over 55 years. From our full line of passenger, light truck, and commercial tires to our automotive services including tune-ups, inspections, oil changes, and alignments.
Every time I've ever done business here, they've been very polite, straightforward, and the job gets done quickly and right.
Find the right tire for the right price today at Lehigh Tire.
Hey neighbor, check out these great deals at Burger Mazda, Route 93 Hazleton.
2016 Mazda 6i Sport, lease it for only $189 a month. 2016 Mazda CX-5 Sport, lease it for only $249 a month. 2016 Mazda CX-3 Sport all-wheel drive, lease it for $249 a month.
Test drive a Mazda today at Burger Mazda, Route 93 Hazleton.
Burger family dealerships, drive with experience.
Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce members mixed and mingled at a brand new celebration, and our own mix and mingler, Julie Stefanovich, was there, and she has the story.
The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce kicked off October as National Chamber of Commerce Month. Mayor Joe Yanuzzi read a proclamation declaring it Chamber Month at last night's annual anniversary membership celebration. The event took place at Top of the 80s restaurant, and over 150 chamber members attended the gala. Several long-standing businesses in the area received awards for their milestone achievements.
Sir, we recognize 46 different chamber members from a wide variety of businesses who were celebrating milestone anniversary as chamber members. So we recognized anyone in 20, 25 years, all the way up to 100 years. And what a proud legacy. We actually had 5 members, PP&L, UGI, the Hazleton Standard Speaker, PNC Bank, and Hazel Drugs, all celebrating 100 years as member of the chambers, not only contributing to the economic success of our area, but also the civic success.
The chamber, as we know it today, came from deep roots and humble beginnings.
The Greater Hazleton Chamber actually started in 1892 as a local board of the Hazleton Trade Association, so it wasn't even a chamber, and so didn't become incorporated as a chamber till 1915, which was the reason why we were lucky enough and fortunate enough to have 5 key cornerstone businesses in our community celebrating those 100 years tonight.
Many upcoming events are scheduled for this month, including a Food Lover's Paradise.
We have the 8th annual Taste of Hazleton is coming on Sunday, October the 11th, and that's going to celebrate over 20 restaurants in the Greater Hazleton area. Tickets are on sale for that, so a really fun Sunday at Lehigh Valley Health and Wellness Center on the 11th.
Chamber Month will end with an awards luncheon for both large and small businesses. To check out the calendar of events, visit hazletonchamber.org. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Coming up next, Eric DeBerardinis is with us with sports on WYLN. A busy weekend. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our soggy weekend forecast. Foggy, too.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Sports on WYLN is sponsored in part by Burger Family Dealerships, Harry's View Pullet, Fairway Chevrolet, Penn State Hazleton, Barber Ford, The Wire Guys, Tri-County Business Machines, Weatherwood Nursing, Hazel Park Quality Meats, John Diana Insurance, Mobility by Steven, Service Electric, Hazleton, S.J. Kowalski Plumbing and Heating, Coordinated Health, Grand Central, and Third Base Luncheonette.
Football Friday. The weather will likely impact some games tonight, but it shouldn't really bother our game of the week featuring Hazleton and Pittston. It will be wet, but there wasn't going to be a lot of passing anyway. Gabriella Justin previews the matchup.
Pittston area hasn't been on the map for the past, 10 years, and just try to reestablish that respect around the league and from other teams, because no one really respects Pittston area, and try to bring the program back to what it was.
Last week, the Patriots put up 35 points against the Crestwood Comets. However, with seconds to go in the final quarter, a turnover gave the Comets a win at home. Despite the 0-4 record entering into Week 5, the Pittston Patriots have began earning more respect from the league.
They are scrappy, they're physical, they're aggressive, especially in the perimeter. They have good-looking up front kids that play extremely hard. They are a much better football team than they were last year. They are a much better football team than their 0-4 record indicates. No question about that.
And as for Coach Brennan's concerns about tonight's weather,
it's just a matter of being mentally tough, being focused, paying a little bit extra attention to your footing, paying on both sides of the football, paying a little bit extra attention to ball security and taking care of the ball. And it shouldn't affect us at all on either side of the ball.
Tonight, both teams are expected to bring a strong rushing game. For the Cougars, that means watching out for Kyle Petrosky and Ryan Davis, who combined have rushed for 270 yards so far this season. Meanwhile, the Patriots will need to look out for the strong running game in Adrian Otero and Carson Kinney. The 0-4 Patriots will kick off against the 1-3 Hazleton Cougars tonight at 7 p.m. at Pittston High School. For WYLN Sports, I'm Gabriella Justin.
Coughlin at Valley West seems to be the premier Wyoming Valley Conference matchup of the week, but the Spartans with a good chance to pull away in that one. Dallas hosting Williamsport, another one to keep an eye on. Lake Lehman at Myers, an interesting game in the small school division. Great run offense versus great run defense. The Black Knights should prevail. In the Anthracite, North Schuylkill and Mahanoy kick off in about 5 minutes. The Spartans' aerial attack could be slowed a bit tonight. Marion Catholic and Blue Mountain, the most crucial matchup for a variety of reasons, and Lehighton with a huge chance to prove something against Governor Mifflin, one of the state's top-ranked teams. That's what's on deck tonight. If you're staying in, watch Hazleton Pittston at 7 o'clock, only here on WYLN. But next, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast.
The Wiltsey Center presents an evening at the Summit with Frank, Dean, and Sammy, October 10th, 7 p.m. at the Wiltsey Center in Hazleton. The Rat Pack is back through the talent and stylings of these 3 seasoned East Coast performers. Come enjoy the 1960s Kings of the Las Vegas Strip. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com and any Ticketmaster location. It's an evening at the Summit with Frank, Dean, and Sammy, October 10th at 7 p.m. at the Wiltsey Center in Hazleton.
Well, we got the rain to deal with even as we go into our Saturday, and then finally everything starts to move out, improving conditions as we go into the second part of the weekend and as we go into next week. But again, with the overcast skies, with the rain, it's really been keeping temperatures a lot cooler than where they should be. In fact, well below where we should be for this time of year. As we go into tomorrow, for our Saturday, well, we do have still some lingering showers. The hurricane stays away. well offshore. That, of course, is the good news. And like I said, maybe some lingering rain I think we'll have in the morning hours, maybe a steadier rain, and then by the afternoon hours tapering to just a couple of showers, and then maybe a shower at most on Sunday, and then warmer 60s for next week.
You better have something good for tomorrow, the Bloomsburg Fair.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Last day.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And you with all your sports action?
Penn State, it could be the third time in 4 weeks where it's just a complete rainout for the game.
Oh,
so
man.
That's a little rough. They were talking about moving the Eagles game in Washington to Detroit. You can't do that with high school football.
No, not at all.
rain.
You got a lot on your shoulders.
That's right. Goodbye.
Have a great weekend, no matter what.